This film story is about Jake, who is an inhabitant of Pandora planet. He is exceptionally content with his family, including his better half and youngsters. He says that separated from my own kids, I have additionally embraced 2 youngsters, one of whom is the girl of my old friend, who was killed in the wake of bringing forth her. What's more, there is another kid, which has a place with people. Since a couple of years prior, people had come to live on this planet, where I'm residing now, yet when they returned to Earth, this youngster left here. From that point forward he has been with me. This multitude of youngsters play a ton with one another and take great consideration of one another. Jake shows every one of his youngsters everything, such as shooting bolts, getting fish, and substantially more. Every one of them, elderly folks or youngers, are blissful. However, one evening, Jake and his significant other see a sparkling white star overhead. Yet again, so as it comes close, he figures out that this is the spaceship of people that is coming to live in their wonderful world. Because of the fire emerging from the human spaceship, a fire is lit in the wilderness, which kills a ton of creatures and causes a ton of harm. People emerge from it, who were sitting inside the large robots. Furthermore, they likewise had exceptionally large vehicles, which are pounding all that comes in the manner. While Jake and his better half have nothing left except for to cry in the wake of seeing this annihilation. I don't have the foggiest idea when people will become people. At any rate, presently the lab is shown, where a blue-hued man, who very closely resembled Jake and his loved ones, he gains out of influence and starts killing individuals around him. While controlling him, he is informed that you are our colonel, and you are a human. After your demise, we have given you such a body with the assistance of present-day innovation, on account of which you will actually want to live on this planet. You will seem to be individuals of this planet, so you don't need to stress. Essentially, many individuals are given such a body, which we can find in individuals waiting around the colonel. Then again, Jake and his associates annihilate their train to stop the people, in which their weapons and food were going. These individuals were on the flying animals themselves. Also, subsequent to obliterating the helicopters of people, they plunder their stuff. At the point when the colonel learns about this forthcoming misfortune, he intends to kill Jake, since Jake is the head of the wrecked individuals. Essentially, Jake and individuals who appear as though him are known as the wrecked individuals. These are individuals who live in the wildernesses, and they were the ones who went after the train. However, the colonel's senior official lets him know that at whatever point we sent our boats into Jake's wilderness, their flying animals generally annihilated them. You are our expectation, you can follow through with something. So the colonel strolls with a portion of his buddies into the wilderness, where Jake's kids were playing. They see people coming toward them and tell their dad, and yet, the people get them. In a brief time, Jake's better half arrives at there and shoots a bolt through a human's head. The battle starts between the two. Jake's better half saves her different kids, however the colonel gets his child and takes him with him, who is a human-formed youngster, whom he had likewise embraced. Jake's better half was stressed over her youngster that Jake says that we should leave the wilderness. I'm the pioneer here, and the colonel is behind me. Since when the main people came here, I was the person who killed the colonel. Presently, on the grounds that he has returned alive in blue body or symbol, he needs to kill me. On the off chance that I, you, and our whole family leave here, we will actually want to save the existences of the remainder of our clan. Since our caught kid will before long let us know our area, where we live, and people will arrive at here. Jake's significant other doesn't have any desire to go, however at long last concurs. Then again, people are tormenting Jake's youngster and requesting his place of residence. In any case, he is daring and says nothing. In some cases the colonel comes and stops him and says that he is a human, so we will converse with him like people. He stretches out a hand of kinship to him and says that I am your genuine dad. Furthermore, the last opportunity I came to the world, I purposely left you here since I would have rather not taken you with me. Be that as it may, presently I have an inclination and I will take you back with me. That honest kid concurs that all right, I will show you the spot. Then again, Jake and his family leave their clan and sit on their flying animals and go far away from here. That essentially they get another spot to live someplace and they can reside there. These individuals come to the Navis living close to the water. Individuals living here are of this planet, however they look green. The water Navis ridicule them first and foremost. Like they say that their tail is flimsy, their arms are dainty, and some more. Once in a while the head of the water individuals comes and says that you are an occupant of the wilderness. There is no requirement for you to remain close to water. You don't have any idea how to get by in the water yet. Jake says accordingly that we will learn everything very soon. What's more, I want you individuals for my family with the goal that they can live here securely. Seeing it, the water Navi pioneer concurs and furthermore permits them to live. The following day, the offspring of Jake are being taken around by the youngsters living there. While Jake's child associates his hair with an animal there, so he rapidly drifts in the water. Along these lines, he falls and everyone individuals there begin chuckling. The following day, a portion of the kids there are calling Jake's girl insane. What's more, they likewise get into mischief with her and irritate her a great deal. Then, at that point, different offspring of Jake additionally come there and they begin beating that irritating kid. For what reason did you express this to our sister? However, when Jake finds out, he begins admonishing his own child. For what reason did you beat him? He is the child of the pioneer here. Proceed to apologize to him. At the point when he proceeds to apologize, the child of the pioneer was as yet furious and he needed to sell out him. He needed to get payback. He says that I will take you to a decent spot and brings him into the profound water where a hazardous beast used to reside. He goes there and lets him be and returns from that point. Furthermore, a beast comes from the water and goes after him, due to which he begins suffocating. The beast continues going after him and attempting to eat him. Both are before one another. That is the point at which the greatest beast comes there, which places the little beast in its mouth and hits it hard on the stone. What's more, closes it there. Meanwhile, Jake's child can't take in the water and stops. As his eyes open, he sees that the greatest water beast has saved his life. Furthermore, he is lying on top of it. This kid sees that the beast is additionally extremely harmed. So he takes out certain weapons from his body and gives him harmony, which makes them companions. Also, that beast drops this kid with his loved ones. At the point when the Navi head of the Green Clan finds out that his own child purposely passed on our visitor to bite the dust close to the beast, he begins rebuffing him. However, Jake's child says that your child isn't to blame. It was my plan to go into the profound water. I just said that we go there. Seeing this, the pioneer's child is embarrassed that he saved me and I fouled up and needed to kill him. Seeing this, he presently turns into an old buddy of his heart. Jake's child lets everybody know that the huge beast saved my life. Every one of his companions begin ridiculing him and nobody trusts him. The following day he goes to a similar large beast once more and partakes in a great deal. The two of them play a great deal with one another. The colonel was all the while searching for Jake. That is the point at which he gets data where Jake can go with his family. However, there was no precise data at this point. That is the reason he needed to search for more. The colonel had additionally assumed command over a portion of the flying animals there. Like the nearby Navi individuals there utilize those animals. Everybody goes to find Jake and arrives at an island where individuals say, we have never seen whose image you are showing us. The colonel believes that this is clearly false, so he kills an animal of these individuals. The colonel's child clears up for him. That these individuals know nothing and they just catch fish, so leave them. They know nothing. The colonel likewise concurs with his child, yet the awful man actually sets their residing put ablaze while leaving. Along these lines, he goes to different places and starts killing a ton of blameless Navi individuals. He poses a great deal of inquiries, yet at this point, he doesn't have any idea where Jake has gone. Similarly, this large number of individuals see a water animal. They assault it with a chain made of iron and a few little rockets. Aside from this, they additionally assault it with an ultrasonic firearm. Because of this, the beast can't go after people and people can get it without any problem. That unfortunate beast is drifting with his little youngster, which has never hurt people. Yet, it was experiencing torment and eventually, it is finished there. Its little child wanders around and calls it, and people were cheerfully applauding with extraordinary disgrace. That he prevailed in his main goal. Seeing this, the colonel's child is in a great deal of torment since he was stressed over this large number of creatures. Also, it was not the slightest bit enduring this impending savagery. People get that animal and take it with them. They go inside his mouth and drill an opening in the upper piece of his mouth with a drill machine, from which a yellow fluid emerges, that is such water that whoever drinks it, his age will increment gradually. That is, he will get numerous years to live and won't kick the bucket soon, and the cost of this fluid is additionally in crores of dollars, which he will sell on the lookout and bring in a ton of cash. The following day, the Navi public see the withering beast animal. What's more, from that point forward, they begin directing awful sentiments toward Jake. People have come here as a result of you, and presently they are killing our animals, and very soon we as well. So whatever occurred, occurred. The Green Navi Pioneer says that we will contend with people. Sooner or later, Jake's child goes to meet the greatest beast once more. What's more, sees that there is a gadget like an anchor on it. Along these lines, the gadget had halted the beast there and it couldn't move from that point. Since people expect to kill more beasts to get that fluid. Furthermore, this time it's the turn of Jake's child's large beast that is likewise exceptionally huge in size, from which a ton of fluid can likewise emerge. That is the reason people are currently attempting to kill this beast. The child and the rest are likewise with him while people are moving toward this path. The colonel likewise sees these youngsters from a good ways. Jake and the pioneer figure out that their youngsters are at serious risk and they get their weapons and pass on to save them. With extraordinary trouble, the youngsters eliminate the gadget from the enormous beast. Along these lines, the beast flies ahead and leaves. Lastly, its life is saved. Yet, people are as yet pursuing the kids while terminating. Here, the pioneer's little girl is going to bite the dust, so Jake's child holds her hand and turns towards him and recovers her life. Be that as it may, soon, he puts a major net on the kids and gets them and welcomes them on his boat. For some time, the kids' folks additionally come here, implies Jake, who stops there and sees that his youngsters are restricted by the colonel before the boat. That's what the colonel says to save the kids' lives. Then, at that point, come alone on the boat. So Jake chooses to go alone to improve everybody. That is the reason Jake's child's greatest animal companion comes up from under the water. What's more, gets on their boat and with its hands and a stick begins finishing individuals remaining there. It was obliterating all that, and seeing this, Jake and the pioneers can likewise have an opportunity to go after people. And that multitude of individuals begin making a beeline for the boat. There is a ton of battling among people and every one of these Navi individuals. A ton of people are likewise killed and some Navi individuals as well. That water animal hopping from a little boat of people closes them by squeezing them with an iron rope. Jake additionally comes to the kids while rivaling people and gets them set free from there. A few kids likewise find their embraced human sibling and take off from that point and save their lives. During this, Jake's child was finished and his mom have no control over her heart subsequent to seeing this and starts shouting while at the same time sobbing. Jake's 2 kids are again gotten by the Colonel and those individuals are sitting tight for Jake to come to save them. What's more, seeing this second, we will kill him. Jake comes there quietly and makes an impact because of which there is fire all over. A great deal of people are likewise killed. His better half likewise closes a great deal of people with her bolt everlastingly and closes a human by showing irate eyes. Since she just lost her child, she had torment in her eyes. On seeing the open door, the Colonel puts a blade on Jake's girl's neck and advises them to put down their weapons. Yet, during that time, Jake's significant other comes there and puts a blade on the Colonel's child's neck. Seeing this, the Colonel needs to leave his little girl. Presently, at long last, there is a hand-to-hand battle between the Colonel and Jake. After a great deal of hardships, Jake closes the Colonel by choking his throat. Lastly, this savage Colonel begins suffocating. In any case, the Colonel's child saves him from suffocating and carries him to the water. Since the Colonel saved his life when Jake's better half had placed a blade on him. At the point when the Colonel says, "Child, accompany me," he flies off the handle at him and goes to his loved ones. Furthermore, seeing this, Jake's family is additionally extremely cheerful and loves him like previously. Then Jake covers his dead child in the water, and around then, he was recollecting everything old. That my child who is dead today, how could I get him in my grasp when he was conceived? Furthermore, today I'm likewise covering him with my own hands. Here closes this film's story. Avtar, The Way of Water is released in year 2022. Directed by James Cameron. This movie got a rating of 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe our channel 99 Movie Recaps.